What up, you guys? Mr. Rennie1235 here again, here to review the second album from Green Day's trilogy, Dose. The leak happened yesterday, and I've pretty much been listening to it non-stop, and I gotta say, man, it's a fucking ride, man. This album will blow your balls off. They definitely brought the party vibe with this one, like they said that they were going to do themselves. And it's also a really solid second album to Foxborough Hot Tubs. As the band has already said, it has that nostalgic 60s style feel to a whole lot of the tracks, and I think it fits well in that vein. And that's one of my favorite things on this album. It also has a really strong garage rock feel to it mixed in with that, which it's totally different than Uno. Uno had more of that rock pop type thing going on, and many people have been having a hard time deciding on which one they like more. And I could agree, it's going to make it a little bit harder to figure out which one is better just because they are two different styles of music that are happening on these albums. But I'll get to that in a minute. We have an intro track this time around called See You Tonight. It's a little 1-minute piece that kind of has like a folky feel to it. It's a really solid opener. It sounds really great leading into Fuck Time. Fuck Time is amazing. Oh, I love the lyrics on this song. That riff that he has at the very beginning, that is just so sick. Everything about this song, man. Epic. I love it. Foxborough Hot Tubs actually covered this song. That's when it first came up, and loved it ever since then. I think it's an amazing track. Stop When the Red Lights Flash is a really amazing song too. The lyrics don't have a ton of meaning, I don't think, but I can't help but get the main refrain of the song stuck in my head all the time, that I'll make you surrender. It's really good. And then my favorite song of this album is called Lazy Bones up next. It has probably the best chorus of the entire album in my opinion, and it also has that Foxborough Hot Tubs nostalgia feel to it, and it's just so perfect. I love the lyrics on this song too. The melodies that happen in this thing, the solo is really great. Just everything about this song is just so perfect. It's really hard-hitting. It kind of mixes in garage rock with that 60s feel of Foxborough Hot Tubs and stuff like that. And that's what makes it the perfect song for me, because it incorporates everything about this album in one song. I could go on, but I'm going to name just some of my absolute favorites from this album. Fuck Time, Lazy Bones, Make Out Party, Stray Heart, Ashley, Lady Cobra, Nightlife, Wow That's Loud, and Amy. I know, it feels like I named more than half the album, but that is a really good thing. Though I will say Ashley took a long time to grow on me. I had to repeatedly listen to this before I actually started getting stuck in my head and actually started to remember parts of it. It's kind of bottom on the list of my favorites, but it's still a great song. I'm finding myself to be a huge fan of like the 60s influenced Foxborough Hot Tub sounding tracks on this album. Fuck Time, Lazy Bones, Make Out Party, Stray Heart, and Amy. Those would have to be at the very top of my list just because I love when Green Day did that. I thought they perfected it pretty much on Foxborough Hot Tubs, and I think they're doing it great on this album. Maybe even better than Foxborough. So yeah, the ones with the 60s style influence on here definitely are topping it. The tracks that I'm not so hot on are Wild One and Baby Eyes. A lot of people are going to hate me for saying that. I know a lot of people like Wild One. But it kind of drags on too long for me, I guess. Like, it doesn't really change pace that much, and it's just kind of dragging. And I guess this album just kind of... I love the fast-paced songs on this thing, especially when I have Make Out Party is the next track after that. All I want to do is listen to Make Out Party when that song comes on. Which kind of bums me out a little bit because this album kind of has that whole section of like intro tracks to the album, I guess you can say. Just like Uno, I feel like from track number 1 all the way to Killed the DJ was kind of the opening songs. And on this one, I feel like it goes all the way to Stray Heart, and that's track number 7. But with Wild One being track number 5, it just seems like just like a stop in the road. You've got all these really fast-paced songs, all these really kick-ass songs that are just like coming at you one by one. And then Wild One comes on, and it slows down the momentum of the album. It just slows down, and it kind of disappoints me a little bit because I want to keep that momentum. I want to keep punching. It's like you're driving down a highway at 70 miles per hour and then suddenly the highway goes down to 55 for a little while before you can speed back up again. If it wasn't for the placement of that track in the album, I might actually like this one more, but that's just how it turned out. And Baby Eyes, I like this song when I listen to it, but I'm having a really hard time finding anything memorable about it. I'm going to stress right here, I don't hate anything on this album. I really don't. I don't hate anything on here. I just find it to be something that it's kind of disappointing as a whole listen through. Liking it as a whole is kind of bothersome to me. But anyway, moving on, I think Lady Cobra is another really great song on this album. Lady Cobra is the chick that they got to sing on Nightlife, which is something that Green Day have never done before, having a guest vocalist and it being a rap type thing. So many fans are disappointed in this track. I like it, personally. I think it's got a really cool bass line. I actually like how the rap is delivered in kind of that whispering style. I like her voice, and I really loved Billy's parts in this song. Lady Cobra is a really quick, hard-hitting garage rock song, and then Nightlife coming in right after that. I actually really like that. So I say good for you. Not everybody is going to like that track, but I love it. And then Wow That's Loud is next. And then as soon as I heard that opening riff, I immediately thought of Trans-Siberian Orchestra for some reason. The way the guitar sounds like something that they do in their songs. I'm sorry. But once that 4 seconds is done with, I don't think that. So don't get insulted by that. I absolutely love this song, and it has like a good mix of like the really fast-paced rock with some guitar feedback going on in the middle of the track and at the very end. And I think that really enhances the meaning of the track, being, wow, that's loud. It's a great second to last song, and I absolutely love the song Amy at the very end. The song was wrote for Amy Winehouse after she died a few years back, and those are some of the best lyrics. It might be one of the best written songs of this whole trilogy. I don't think it's lyrically as masterful as anything on American Idiot, but I think out of the trilogy, out of the 2 albums so far, this is one of the best written ones. I love how the guitar sounds, I love the melody, I love its really dark and somber tones and stuff. Amy was a perfect way to end this album. Now, is Dos better than Uno? Personally, I don't think it is. I find myself enjoying Uno as a whole, and that right there means more to me than having just picky and choosy songs like I do on Dos. So these are very, very small complaints. I can't wait to still pick this up. I'm still giving this thing a 9 out of 10, even with my complaints. I'm pretty sure I gave Uno a 9 out of 10 too, so I just can't help it. That's honestly how I feel, even with my complaints. I absolutely love this trilogy, and I cannot wait for Trey. I think Trey is going to be amazing as well. I have a feeling it might be my least favorite out of the trilogy, but who knows? Maybe I'll be surprised. I'll see you guys later.